Yeah! Don't you ever paint with both eyes open. Ever paint with both eyes open. Look at me. One eye closed, secret exposed. One eye closed, secret exposed. One eye closed, secret exposed. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. I'm going to show you a little secret, and I'm going to show it to you by playing a little game. We're going to play a little game together. Just you and me. 4 paintings in 4 minutes. All right, here's how you play. You got 4 paintings from an amazing artist that you like. I'm choosing this artist, Blue Satan. Spooky. Look at this stuff. Blue Satan is crazy good. All right, you choose your own artist. This is the artist that I'm using. I also did a Procreate painting that I'm going to show you now. I bought her brush pack for $340. You can get it on sale now for like 10 bucks or something. So here's the question. Can I replicate this style? Can I do it? All right, that's what we're going to be finding out today. Me and you, baby. Come on, let's go. All right, here are the rules. I got my own drawings, my own characters, and I'm going to be painting these based off of the hue changes, the color changes of Blue Satan. So yeah, this kind of is a Cintiq versus Procreate thing going on here. We're going to see which one's better. All right, whoever wins the challenge is going to be getting this sucker. I'll be sending it in the mail. All right, here we go. We're about to do this. 4 paintings in 4 minutes. All right, I got my timer. 4 minutes. 4 paintings in 4 minute challenge. Can I do it? I couldn't. It took me 4 days. I couldn't do it. But I learned so much in the process, and I found the secret to painting good. All right, and what is it? What did I find out? One eye closed, secret exposed. One eye closed, and close one eye, secret surprise. Zzz. All right, I'm going to show you how to paint like this. How do you actually get there, though? Nobody explains this process. This is me trying out her brush pack right here. I'm trying to follow her steps, but it's really tough. All right, we're going to do the step-by-step painting process together. All right, here we go. There's going to be a secret hidden pattern in every single one of these steps that we're going to be flipping through, so keep an eye out for that. Let's see if you can see it. Let's see if you can spot it. So first thing I want to do personally is create a frame around the face. All right, if you're pro, you don't have to do this, but otherwise, you need contrast to figure out what colors are correct or not. So I like to create the darker frame around the face first. All right, pay attention to this one down here. We're gonna keep it simple. What do I mean by keeping it simple? We're gonna be picking 2 values. And as soon as you think about 2 colors, 2 this or that, it just gets a little bit too much. Keeping it simple. If you watch Blue Satan's tutorial, what you're gonna notice is Blue Satan starts with the lighter value of the skin, then Blue Satan takes a darker color and makes the shadow. Very, very simple. Technically it is a different color, but we're not jumping into that because it's a little bit too complex. All right, so what happens if we take these colors and we group them and then we take down the saturation? That's darker, that's darker. Look at these lighter points. They're all pretty much lighter values. They're all grouped in the same, roughly in the same area. All right, so now I'm thinking, who does this? Who does this so well? Ryan Lang. Check out Ryan Lang's work if you haven't before. This one always comes to mind, this Hulk, this hunky boy right here. All right, this is something that you should always do in paintings or drawings. So you want to pull back. You want to get a little bit further away from your paintings or drawings to see the big picture, because you want to sit way back to make a big stack. And when we sit way back to make a big stack, we see that the Hulk here is made up of 2 values, mainly 2 values. Top value, and that's this center dark value. There is actually a 3rd value right here coming in here as a bounce light, but we're not going to pay attention to that, all right? Because we're looking at the big picture. What makes this read clear? Whenever he's doing paintings like this, it's all based on this, the clarity of this contrast. All right, don't get ahead of yourself. Okay, and when you're putting in the shadows, we're doing it in the crevices, the places that aren't getting as much light, not there in the corner of the eye, making it dark under the nose, under the chin, under the lip right here. All right, we already had the shadows, and now we're going to do a very subtle wash over the blush. This is where a lot of the blood's coming to the surface of the face. And you want to make the color changes, the hue changes, and all this very, very subtle, because subtle is simple. Why is simple so important in this? Well, I'll tell you why. When you look at a baby's face, is it wrinkly? Baby's face ain't wrinkly. Baby's face is round and soft and very simple. That's why it's so cute, as opposed to like super old, wrinkly people. So I'm not necessarily saying that old people aren't attractive. All right. Wrinkle don't tinkle. Let me just say that. Step 4, this is the biggest one. Big deal, baby. Hard edge versus soft edge. Let me tell you a little bit about that. This is the hard start to the soft part. So let's say we got a painting tool. All right, we got a decisive line right there. We go in and soften the other side. Straight versus curved, simple side versus complex side. These are always a dueling thing in art. And this is a big one. You want a hard edge and a soft edge, because you're still making a statement, you're still being bold, but at the same time, kind of keeping it real, you know? This painting style actually reminds me of another artist that almost paints in like a 3D style this way. If you know what artist I'm talking about, put it in the comments. He's like a Middle Eastern dude, I think. But he's really, really good at making things look 3D and full of volume because of this hard line, this hard edge versus the soft edge. Boom, last and final step, here we go. All right, and what is it? It's the highlights. Highlights on the lips, highlight on the nose. This really pulls the volume closer to the camera, pushes all the other volumes that are darker away from the camera. It really sells that. All right, here's a really big thing that I learned in this process. So I thought the highlight was just simple. I thought the highlight was just a little simple thing that you just kind of stick on there at the very end of the painting, but it's not. All right, if you really get in here and look at her paintings, after she adds the highlight, there's a darker color underneath that creates this contrast of almost like a shadow to the highlight, and that really sells the contrast of that depth. All right, the problem is she never freaking shows how she does it. Painting a highlight, look, okay, nice. You just painted a highlight. Looking standard, looking normal, just a white little spot. Look right there. There's a dark spot underneath it now. That wasn't there before. I saw it. You didn't show it. All right, not that big of a deal. Surely she shows what she's doing later, right? Like, is it a brush setting or paint the highlight? I dare you. Paint it. All right, here it comes. Okay, looking like a standard highlight. Look, what did I say? It's the dark spots there. Is it the brush or what is doing it? Look right here. All right, you just painted a highlight. Again, standard highlight. All right. Okay. All right, okay. It's there. Again, we cut to the highlight and it's got the dark spot. How did you do that? Are you actually going in and painting underneath it? I don't think she's doing that because it's so uniform to the stroke. What is that? All right, here comes the highlight. Here it comes. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right, no dark shadow yet. Looking good. I think we're good. Why? You did it to the lips, too. Watch, I'm gonna show where she did the lips. Boom. You just cut. Why am I so obsessed with this? I feel like I'm being cheated here. There's information that you're withholding and I want to know it. You're not painting underneath those highlights. I know you're not. Some kind of trick. Anyway, adding that contrast on the highlight, the dark spot underneath the little shadow, that is actually a really good trick. But that is super detailed that I'm not really trying to do here. My focus here, my goal here is to just get the overall feel. The reason I did 4 of them is because if I just hit one, then I'm really not learning anything. I'm not noticing a pattern. So this is why I feel like you should do the challenge too. Work on one, second one, third, fourth, and then by that time you go back around to the first one and now you're smarter. All right, I really learned a lot on this process, and it's not about the details, it's just about learning overall. All right, but what was the secret? The secret was, and it was on every panel, follow the form. There it is right there. I see you. Follow the form. Whoop, follow the form. The secret to every single one of these steps is following the form. All right, one eye closed, secret exposed. How are you gonna make paint strokes if you don't understand the form of what you're painting? And I gotta say, every single mistake that I made in these paintings was because I wasn't paying attention to the form. You're kind of stupid. All right, I'm not gonna lie here. But it's okay, because I got a little graph. One eye closed, secret exposed. What does that mean? How do you get to this? Well, first of all, you buy the Wacom one. Second step is we're gonna make a graph here. Uh-oh, upside down cross. Spooky. How do you paint like this? It's really divided up into 2 sections. 2 sections of what you're juggling. It's a juggling act. One section, you're juggling a knife. All right, and the other section, you're juggling a bowling ball or something similarly non-lethal. All right, and what a lot of you are doing is juggling these objects with an eye patch on. You are blind to one side. And what side is that? The knife side. You're blind to the knife side. And here's the secret. Which side is the knife side? The drawing side. Don't you ever be blind to the knife side. And the other side, the less important side, the less dangerous side, is the painting side. All of you, when you're painting, you're thinking that painting is so important, and it's not. You're blind to the knife side. Painting is not how you get better at painting. Let me tell you why. Picking the colors, knowing what color is what, yes, it's important. Knowing what lighting is, yes, it's important. And another big thing that you learn in painting is volume. Right? Wrong. Boom, you want to blast that learning of volume into drawing. This is the most important thing, right? Boom, Satan star. Spooky. Satan star. Drawing is not drawing. You think it's drawing, but it's not. You're thinking of drawing as pencil to paper and, making a pretty picture and all this. Drawing is understanding. This is top tier level information, so you gotta have a really long brain to understand this. Da Vinci, architects, doctors. What did they do to dive into a subject? They drew the subject. That's what drawing is laser focusing and breaking it down to the most simple thing to learn it. Now, painting, on the other hand, if you jump straight into painting, you're taking A, B, C, D, you're taking this whole alphabet and you're trying to learn all of them at once, and really should just be focusing on one. All right, so if you look at it that way, my graph makes sense. You're gonna think I'm crazy for saying this, but all this other painting stuff that you're doing in painting, the hue, the color, yada yada, that is like 20% of the process. All the other knowledge is drawing, based in drawing. All right, they say just have confidence in your brushstrokes. Answer me this then. How can you have a confidence in a stroke if you don't know why you're making it in the first place? You have no form to follow. 99% of painting mistakes are made in the drawing. One eye closed, secret exposed. You want to close the painting eye, you want to open up the drawing eye. Boom! 4 paintings in 4 minutes challenge. For this, what I would like to see is for you to have, in each of these little corners, have a different artist. You don't even have to paint. You don't even have to be doing it digitally. All right, you can draw like they're drawing. You can paint like they're painting. That's what I want to see for the contest so you can win this Wacom 1. Now, I've been drawing on this sucker for a couple of episodes now. Oh. Every time I drop this cigarette, it's slowly getting more and more empty. And you guys keep saying it looks like a condom. That's why. It comes with a stand. I'm using... It's not sliding off. That's awesome. Oh. To submit your art, you're going to go to my Instagram. You're going to see a post that looks like this. It's going to have this format on it, and you're going to use the same hashtag reference challenge. You're going to make a comment in the comment section saying that you participated, and I'll click on your name, and I'll take a look at it, and then I'll review it, and then I'm going to choose a winner, and I'm going to ship this sucker off to you. It's going to be great. Your beard looks like an afro.